Yo, what's up, guys? I am starting a new series. It's really mainly just kind of answering different life questions in general, some of them funny, some of them serious, and then just like kind of going into details on it. But since I don't have a huge following, as usual, we're just going to use Reddit today. So today, title is going to be The Feeling of Not Belonging to Anything or Anyone. So, I read about like half of this so far, so I don't know exactly what I'm getting into. So, kind of got to check that out, but we'll start here. It doesn't give an age or anything. So, it just says the feeling of not belonging to anything or anyone. Well, at first, I mean, when I was in high school mostly, I always felt like not being in the right place. Like home didn't feel like home to me, and family didn't feel like it either. So I told myself my BAC, when I get my BAC, I will choose the farthest city to study at, and that's what happened. So basically, I only go back home at the end of each semester. At first, it felt right, cool, like I don't even have to deal with too many things in my hometown, no commitments with family. And then after a while, I just started feeling detached from everything, from friends, my parents, my siblings, my feelings in my life. I was basically living two different lives, two different personalities, two different languages, and basically everything is different. Yeah, I've experienced that a good bit. I said it's fine, like I gotta be responsible for my actions and choices, right? But now, since I applied for a visa and I got it, I just can't stop thinking of everything, like how I've never felt like I belonged to my hometown. And then I can't say that I belong to the city I studied at. Like I didn't feel like it. And now I have to move to another country, another city that I will never belong to. Damn, okay. Yeah, it's a lot to unpack, man. I wish I knew this guy's age. That would help me out a lot with this one. Because me growing up in Charlotte, North Carolina, trying to I didn't like where I was at in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is my hometown. So I went for a semester to App State University, and same exact deal. I was looking for something, never could find it there. Only lasted there for 5 months. It was a really bummy city. It was kind of just filled with drugs and school stuff, and you had to drive like an hour and a half, or even for an internship. So it was just kind of a piece of shit. Um, so yeah, then I went back to Charlotte and moved inside the city because I was like, oh, well, cities, that's where opportunities are, you know? Hated that actually. It was really cool to live in the high rise and everything and be able to look out and see everything, but it wasn't fulfilling whatsoever. It felt fake. It was like I'm living this luxury life, but I'm broke and I'm working at sauna house and like I don't really have anything. So it looks like I have the life, but realistically, I don't have anything. And yeah, I get that. So then now I just moved to Tampa, Florida myself. So I definitely feel what this guy's going through. Moved along. It's just so scary to start again from zero and leaving everything you once know behind you, even if you don't know how you feel about it, but still you'll miss it. And this actually makes me think about not going abroad, but it also might be the life changing chance since life generally sucks. So why not? I like that. Like there's too many what ifs going on and I don't know what to do. I mean, I am scared and stuck. I didn't even unpack my things after I came back from college because I'm not ready to pack them again to leave again. I am literally sitting in a nearly empty room with unpacked suitcases and some clothes and other things everywhere. Pure chaos for real. All right, so pretty much exactly what the title says, feeling of not belonging to anything or anywhere. Like I said, bro, age would really help out on this one. Obviously, this guy's in college, so I'm gonna bet on 18 to 22 years old. If he's already doing study abroad, I feel like that's a thing like sophomores do. Not well, I don't know. Maybe it is a freshman thing. I think the best thing to do in this guy's scenario is to go study abroad. Like what I was just speaking about on how I wish I did go study abroad, I can confidently say that everything that I went through in college, I never really felt like I was supposed to be there. I mean, I remember sitting in accounting class literally 4 months ago before I dropped out of college my senior year. Only had 4 classes left, by the way. That's how much I hated college. 4 classes left, and I said, fuck this, I'm not finishing this. Um, I would just sit there and daydream over and over about what I really wanted in my life. Like I knew what I was doing in that room and throughout spending so much time studying on school that it was taking away the things that I really wanted to do. Those being, my videos and bodybuilding and I'm just very business oriented. I like building things. I don't like, working my ass off to get paid 60% of what I'm worth. So college for me, I really just went there. I always said I would never go because of that mindset I had at such a young age, and I never acted on it until now recently. But I really just went for my girlfriend, and I don't regret that because we have an amazing relationship. She just moved down here with me to Tampa, Florida. But at the same time, man, I really wish that I did get out and I kept exploring and really trying to find out who I am because it's very hard getting that late jump and start trying to figure out who you are. And that typically happens right after college for most people. I kind of tiptoed my way through it through college, like barely made it by, not because I wasn't capable of doing it, just because I was more focused on my videos and my bodybuilding and getting my physique to a spot to where I know like can be an attention grabber on social media, and that was my focus. Like that is what I knew I could do and could achieve. So it was very hard for me to put that on the back burner and not focus on my goals. With that being said, this guy doesn't mention anything about goals whatsoever. Basically like just a rock on the bottom of the ocean, man. Like he's not doing anything. So that being said, I do think going study abroad would really help you out with that. You got to find out who you are, and sometimes finding out who you are really just means sitting alone, even in a dark room for days, where some people it takes a very long time to come over that learning curve when that learning is just themselves. Meaning, like, if I said that a little strangely, you think you know yourself, but you really don't. And you never will. And I think that's a cool thing. I think it's a cool thing that you can treat yourself like a relationship that you're in because you are in a relationship with yourself. You are battling your own mind constantly, So why would you not talk to yourself the same way you would talk to somebody else when you give them advice? And it kind of sounds like this guy, he is aware that he's stuck and that he's trying to change it, but it doesn't really seem like he's giving himself the advice that he needs to hear to change his mindset. The biggest thing that I learned growing up when I had this dissociated feeling is that you really fall into the craving of the dissociated feeling. Actually, backtrack that. I think depression is a little bit of an addiction in a sense. And I know that sounds very strange at the start, so let me explain. When people are depressed, they feel like they cannot get any satisfaction from people around them typically. They typically feel very alone, that nobody understands them. And that's where things like the media come into play. But the media, such as, that really sad song that you listen to every time you get upset, or that show that you put on when you're feeling a certain type of way because that singer or that actress can make you kind of like resonate with them. You know what I mean? And make you feel like, oh, I'm not alone. I'm not. And it's great that we have those singers and actresses, but at the same time, it's kind of a downward spiral to where now you're only getting the satisfaction from these things that make you sad, which kind of just like it changes your perception of life, of what your life is. Whereas I really like the fake it till you make it mentality. That's how I got out of depression and feeling like I didn't belong anywhere. I literally just said, even if it was the worst day of my life, even if I tried to kill myself that day, I would still sit there and say, you know what, man, today was a great day. I learned a lot. Obviously, it was a fucking terrible day. I tried to kill myself. But I would never ever admit it. And I would always say, today was a good day. I'm happy to be here. Until it rewires your brain. And that's where you start feeling a little bit more present in life, seeing the more beautiful sides of things, the little things that actually add up and matter. And kind of just being grateful for what you actually have in front of you sometimes. And starting to seize the opportunities instead of just letting them pass by you and thinking life isn't worth anything. Because it kind of seems like he's trying to get out of that, but it kind of just seems like he doesn't have a direction of a passion. When he says two different personalities, two different lives, when I felt that, it was when I was going to school and I kind of had more ambition to do other things. But when I would meet people in classrooms or we would do group projects, everyone would be so like center focused on the project. Whereas I was just like, nah, man, this project's taking away my time from putting into this. And I would try to have two different personalities and two different lives based on that. And I could never really keep up with both of them to where I felt like both of them were just failing at the same time. I would get in a group project, for example. I feel like I have a responsibility towards these people that I don't know. And now it's taken away from the actual career that I want. And now both things are kind of just falling apart. Whereas now I dropped out, I just doubled down on what I really want in life because I've really just evaluated what makes the most sense to me and what I can really be successful in. And it's this, like I'm good at this. Now I feel very at present and happy with the choices that I've done and the life that I'm living, even though I am dead broke. I have like $34. But I am happy with the choice that I made because it still feels correct. And I know because of that, the external factors that I'm looking for, like money and security and all that, will come later down the line. But there's just not a point in living a life that you don't really want. So I would really just tell this guy, like, what do you really want? You know? Do you want to go to school? Does it feel weird being on campus? Do you feel like everyone's staring at you some type of way when you're walking through the hallways? Does it make you anxious just driving up to the school if you're commuting? Did for me, man. Did it big time. It every time I stepped on campus, I would call my girlfriend immediately after. Wow, this is crazy. This is fucking 4 months ago. Now I'm in Tampa. And I would be like, I don't belong here. I don't belong here. Like everyone looks at me weird. I dress so weird here. Like people don't click with me. I don't click with anybody here. Why do they think like this? Why do they act like this? Why are they so focused on work for other people and not themselves? It just none of it added up and it made me feel so much less secure with my choices and my actions being surrounded by people's whose goals were completely not linear to mine. So that's another thing, finding a circle. I really do hope the best for this guy. I'm really happy he got a visa and he gets to go study abroad. I hope he doesn't second guess it. I don't think he will. I don't think he will at all. Um, Anybody that I've known who went study abroad, they have an amazing time, and you mainly are all in the same boat. Like, if you were extremely happy with where you were and you didn't really question about where you want to be in life, would you really go study abroad if you just loved your little small town and didn't really care to get out? I don't think so. So, yeah, man. I think things are gonna change for him pretty soon. Yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for me today. I hope you guys can take away something from this, and I'm gonna start doing these a little bit more frequently. This was really easy, really interesting, and I don't like always just posting gym content. It's just oversaturated, man. It is. There, like you can't top the Trench Wins videos, and you can't top the old guys. You kind of have to like do something different. This actually interests me. It's super easy to do on top of like not having to go to the gym and film all the time. I can actually have my space in the gym to just do what I love and not make it a fucking cinematic experience for myself every day and feel like I got to say something super cool in front of the camera every time. So, yeah, really enjoyed this. Hope you guys did. Give some feedback. See you at the next one. Peace.